Sure, can I go with my question?
Arunima, yeah, she wanted.
Yes.
I am just looking
Yes,
at
I
your
was
message, but
asking,
yeah, tell me. You are here, so I don't have to
which
look at it.
is the what is the most remarkable turning point in your life? The entire journey, the most remarkable turning point that you.
I think there are multiple things probably. Um, one of one of the thing is that I am from a very aristocratic, rich. Mariam knows my house. It's like the whole village is mine. The village is ours. School is ours.
If anyone has a chance to visit, please visit. That is what I have to say. I will not say anything more.
That village, I even keep by saying, if you go to that village and ask about me, if they don't know, you tell his name, then I will teach him who is me. That's how I say. That means it's not that I belongs to the village. The village belongs to me. Right? That's a feeling which most of the people have, because that's a tradition. That's a great virtue which somebody can have. So you have many things in your life, plenty, but we never had that lavishness. We were living like the poorest of the poor, though the richest of the richest. We were living like my mother used to go to garden and then pluck what is to be prepared for that day, prepare only what is available in house. Is it not a great learning in life, how to live so with a minimum thing? Don't show anything which is not with you as yours. I don't remember in my life, I never had a servant maid in my house. Though I am sure if just called, people would have come and worked in my house. So, the self-help is what we have learned. We don't depend on somebody else. Anything which you do yourself. We don't call for a help.
What was your father's profession?
My father was a farmer who was illiterate, who never know how to read and write.
Oh.
My mother was a dropout of third, because up to third class only school was running. The school was ours. 1939 it started. Right? You can imagine, my mother had 1 lakh acres of land. But then she knew a lot of things in our mythology, know many slokas by heart. Living in such a system was part of our daily life. Without knowing probably the meaning, we chanted many things. That has got a lot of influence on our learning ability, but not academic ability. Academic ability came only when you think that you want to learn. There was a very great special school, special in the sense meritorious, not handicapped. That is in the nearest town, which is Taliparamba, where selected students for teachers are also chosen by taking educational officers who are the senior most headmasters as maths, physics, chemistry, biology teachers. You can imagine, school is run by not normal teachers, all headmasters are teaching you. Great experienced teachers are your physics teacher, chemistry teacher, mathematics teacher. Everybody is the best in the district. Government did such a experiment with one school where high academically qualified, high meritorious, highly motivated teachers only will teach under government system. There were only 27 seats, 27. I don't know why 27, but 27 seats were there. In which district level there was a competition. Must have written 10 to 20,000 people would have written examination. Those days, I am talking about 1976-77 academic year. I am not a brilliant student, academically not at all good. But me and my cousin, 2 people from my village got selected. That's a great celebration. And it is 20 kilometers away from my house. We had only one bus in the morning, one bus in the evening. Village is not even connected well with the city. So morning you have to go in the bus and evening you have to come back. I think in between it runs 1 or 2 routes sometime. Not every time, but sometime if they have a mood, they will drive. That's it. Special days they will run. That's the first time I got a box to keep my books. That's the time I got my uniform first time. So 8th class boy was going to school. But then that was a great, getting out of your village to a city was something great for me. That's the first time I am seeing a town. I became the worst student in that best school. 27th rank without any competition. No competitors for me. The end of the academic year, principal gave a love letter saying that you get out of the school. That was TC, transfer certificate, forced out. Otherwise, the school's name will get spoiled. You can imagine somebody is bannered as the worst boy, you will spoil the school name. Luckily, I did not spoil because I was thrown out. They were true. Teachers are really brilliant. So they were never bad. They know that I am not good. I was not good. I am only a second class in my 10th. I am only a second class in my plus 1, plus 2. 54-52%. That's what I got. But then when I joined for graduation, I did not get in the college where my brother was a professor. He would have given me a seat there immediately because it was a private college. Under management. He would have just said to get a seat for me. I wanted to learn maths. But my brother said, no, you cannot learn maths. You can only learn Malayalam. Probably that's the only thing which you can learn. Malayalam, you don't require a good brain. That's what they thought. But then I told my brother, no, I will learn maths. Without his permission, I took admission in a different college. In a political quota, in a sports quota, and then got a seat. From there I jumped to another college and then jumped into this college. 3 colleges I shifted for my graduation. And when I reached back there, again I was not good because the time was left. The jumping from one college to another college took some 3 months, 2 months and all that. So I ended up here. The syllabus was over. I did not study anything. So I failed in first year graduation also. Many subjects. But second year, third year and first year back papers, everything I learned. I started teaching what is plus 1, plus 2 is not there. Those days it was pre-degree. I taught pre-degree students during the interval time in the college itself, extra time for students, so that I know my basic will become strong. Teaching is the best method to learn what you did not learn in your life. So I started teaching all that. I started teaching maths, physics, chemistry, English, all that I started teaching when I was a student. So I started teaching in 1980s probably, 81. But then 81 to 84, that 3 years my graduation, I did beautiful. I got 5th rank or 6th rank in the university. I got 89%.
Calicut University?
Yeah, that time it was Calicut University. There was no Kannur University. But then MSc I decided to join. I joined Calicut first. Devagiri College was my first college. But that time my elder brother got a civil service. He was in Indian Forest Service. So my ambition is to become a civil servant. I started preparing I don't attend classes. I used to be in library, started reading. But I am studying MSc Mathematics. But then there was a late admission available in Cochin University for MSc. Cochin University generally have got only 10 students. MSc is 10 student statistics. Mathematics and statistics combined in the first year. So I got an admission there. I shifted to Cochin University. There also my attention was to civil service. But then head of the department called me and said, no. I did not do well there used to be everyday examination. So I failed in most of the first exams. So my head of the department said, no, you cannot continue like this, you must study. Then what I did was I left my civil service dream and started becoming a mathematician. So I told you in brief what happened from 1977 probably to 1984, 86. 84 to 86 was my MSc. After MSc, I got a chance to come to Bangalore for PhD. That was on a special project under University Grants Commission, UGC, DSA, Departmental Special Assistance Scheme in Fluid Mechanics. Just because there was a fellowship available, I don't have to pay money for my food. I lost my father when I was 4 years old. My eldest brother was my guardian. So I thought I don't have to give much burden to my brother. Those days to become a teacher for B.Ed I would have done my MSc and got into a lecturer's job. But then PhD was giving me salary straight without any. Otherwise, becoming a teacher in any private institution, you will have to pay money. My own school I would have become, but then school, whatever somebody else is paying will be lost. So I don't want even that to happen to my family. So otherwise I would have more happy to become a teacher in my school, because my passion for teaching was something great. The passion was there all the time. So I joined in a PhD. The end of PhD, I went to Hong Kong for a conference. Getting into conference in Hong Kong and all is like a luck. Everybody will not get during. Today, abroad travel was something not that great. But those days, 1985, traveling to Hong Kong, that too with the National Aeronautical Laboratory director sitting beside, explaining what is aerodynamics. That sitting with him, I did not leave free. I asked a lot of questions. I was learning from him how the aircraft works, how the aerodynamics works and all that, because he's an aerodynamics scientist. So I used all my opportunity to learn here and there. So we had a Hong Kong visit. That changed probably a fortune to apply to Space Department, because I met some space scientists there. Got introduced to Space Department. So I joined here. So whenever I got an opportunity, I started jumping. I never had a fixed mind, this is what I have to become. In my house, next opposite to my house, there was a law college. So immediately I thought, no, I must do law. In my Bangalore PhD time, I had one of the roommate who was today's in government. Falgun will answer me. I wanted to ask a question to you, or maybe Samir, Mariam don't have to answer that. It's a legal question. As per government, who is the topmost lawyer person who is put as a government nominee in the legal department? He is called Dash of India. Advocate Dash of India.
Advocate General.
Yeah, who is that for India now?
No idea.
Anybody here? Ajay must be able to answer. He is very close to legal system. Ajay, who is the Advocate General for India now? Okay, have you heard about Venugopal? If you listen to some news here and there, definitely his name will come. Venugopal's son, Venugopal's son was my roommate for few days in Bangalore. He is also a lawyer, Supreme Court lawyer. So you can imagine, when somebody becomes very close to you, who is at the topmost, definitely a link of that will come. And Kerala's judiciary, my mother's uncle was one of the best advocate. He is called T.P. Keludambiyar. Most of the judges and justices were his students, because he is one of the, no more now. Few years back he died. He was one of the most senior, barrister of, that time advocates were called barristers. So I had that tradition. So seeing a law college board, it prompted me I should start. So I did law. So I started collecting my degree with the passion, learning different subjects. I started jumping from one subject to another subject to another subject to another subject. That's what I think Arunima wanted to know. The next question was that only, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So after joining Department of Space, I jumped into law. I had interaction. I had a registrar. Registrar of my office, Mr. Panikar, was T.N. Sessions associate. See, that's why when you talk about any great personality in India, I will be able to relate somehow to them, because I know some relation with somebody worked there. So I was assisting. T.N. Sessions' assistant was registrar in my office. I was assisting him in doing a HR project, human resource project, ISRO, how people are utilized in ISRO. And then that project came, I jumped into that project, started helping him. Not expecting anything. Helping somebody else is there in your brain. You start getting involved, you will learn a lot. So he used to take me to many places along with him for discussions, because I know the whole data. I analyzed it, I made a table, I used to read at night, make some nice paragraph, brief of many interviews like Kalam's interview, U.R. Rao's interview, Kasturirangan's interview, all ISRO chairman's interview, great personality, M.G.K. Menon. Every interview was in a textbook form. I used to make that brief out of it and then make it to the content fashion. Documentation was my job. So assisting him, he took me to Indian Administrative College. There I met a lot of people and they were all technocrats, they were all administrators, but they had an MBA program there. So I thought I must also do an MBA. And the project is already done. ISRO, HRD, Knowledge Management. So I finished my project first, then joined for a course. Then I went to ISRO headquarters to work with ISRO headquarters. I went to ISRO headquarters just because I had an MBA passion. I went to ISRO headquarters. So I left my original science projects which I was doing in my office. In government system, when you vacate your seat, what will happen? In that seat, somebody else will come and sit. When you come back, that seat is lost. So I became not having any portfolio in my office. So I used to sit in library and start reading. Then my academics came back to me. I thought I should get into academics. Then I came to Calicut University as Director of Academic Staff College. So few months I was there. Academic Staff College Directorship is like a Vice Chancellor, Pro Vice Chancellor, then Academic Staff College Director. It was almost like a third position in the university. Probably I am the youngest person in the whole Indian history to become Academic Staff College Director. So I changed the whole system there. But Kerala, any professor post or attender post also is politically motivated. And I came there without politics. So every political fellow was against me. Because that would have gone to some teachers association president or secretary or somebody. That's how the positions are given in universities. So I did what I can, but they kept on putting filing case against me. But then you see my LLB helped me. Because I knew most of the people in the legal field in Kerala. The judge who was writing verdict on my case was close friend of mine. Before writing, he will send a text. Those days there was no WhatsApp. It's only that small text used to go. SMS sort of a thing. He used to text and tell me this is what the verdict. Should I have to change it like this? He will ask. Can you imagine? Judge is asking like this to you. Then I used to correct and tell write like this. But then at the end, they could not fail me, but they failed the university. And then they wanted to throw me out. Then again judge asked, do you want you to continue until somebody else comes in that post? Then next again interview, they can select me. I said, no, good enough, I am going. I came here, back to Hyderabad in my old office again. Again seatless for so many years, no job, library, full-time reading. Then I got a advertisement from Prime Minister's office, Deputy Director post. Rarest of the rare they will advertise. They never advertise, they pick up only people. But they couldn't get some qualified person for that. Never advertised. Some posts are never advertised. They know who is eligible, they will pick it up. No competitors, or they know who is the best in the government. That's how in the Prime Minister's office, advertisements will not come in newspaper. So I was picked up. No. Advertisement came because they didn't get anybody. I was the only candidate who applied. So I got the post. That's how I got into RAW. That is how I got into Cabinet Secretariat. That made me to work very close to PM's office. I could meet Prime Minister Manmohan Singh probably every month on a dinner. But then hardly I go, because that needs a lot of dress code and all that. I am not very, very happy with such things. Coat, boot, suit, tie, you can imagine, no, all that is not my cup of tea. But then I want to taste once, I went there. But there were people attending that for 7 years, 8 years. But they never had a courage to go and talk to Prime Minister. I attended only once. So immediately I went and shook hand with Manmohan Singh. Then Manmohan actually took my hand because I was only in a different dress, normal casual dress without a coat, boot, suit. So Manmohan Singh thought this is another VVIP. So in fact I was going to him, he was coming to me and he was holding my hand. So his both hands were holding my right hand. And then we had a dialogue for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. What I'm saying, assume you don't have knowledge. How do you speak to Prime Minister for half an hour, you tell me? You cannot ask him, sir, what is your name, which office you are working, what is your salary, who are your parents, all that you cannot ask. Correct? I am confident of talking to anyone in the world, let it be the President of America today, because I follow the politics of America. Yesterday there was a great debate.
Helps, right, sir?
Yeah?
Political knowledge helps.
Everything.
Political knowledge.
See, you should have knowledge. Let it be a cinema person. When I travel from Cochin to Hyderabad, I met Tilagan once. When I meet Tilagan, I know which movie he acted, which are the dialogue which he speaks, who are the directors there. Let it be S. Janagi. Let it be M.G. Srikumar. Let it be somebody, Rasul Pokuti. I met all these personalities. I met Ravi. I know Amitabh Bachchan, I met him. I met, you name most of the people in different field. Probably sports is one which I am not very close to because it's not my heart. Because sports I feel is a physical activity, but maybe Mariam will not agree. But that happened to be an entertainment in the world today. Right. So I play sports also, but I play. But I don't see that somebody else is playing. That glorism, payment and bargain, selling sports people like a game, that is not part of my world. So you have to have sufficient knowledge in different areas. Probably my jumping from one to another courses. So academically also I learned. Otherwise also I learned. When you learn law, when you learn MBA, definitely you should read financial newspaper. Today also I get the financial newspaper. I have got friends who are regularly reading, doing analysis on financial newspaper. I don't have to subscribe, I don't have to look at it. There will be somebody else sending me the financial newspaper to me. Yesterday my son was asking, is there economic time somebody is getting? I said I get every day from somebody. I don't even have to subscribe. Somebody will dump it there, and then immediately if I have got something to learn from that, I can text him, he will give me analysis on that. So you get connected to different subjects by your interest, not for getting a job, not for talking to somebody else. It's natural flow, right? So that gives you a lot of advantage. That's what probably I did.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah, Ajay, tell me.
Actually, I was never comfortable talking with somebody at a higher designation level because of the 6 hours session, wherein I learned the thing of responding. Sir always used to ask when you have a lecture or hear something, either you question. If you do not question, that means either you did not understand or you don't have any questions. That was sir saying. So from that time I started questioning. If I have anything to ask, I used to ask anybody. I used to respond. So this made me speak with the commissioners, the GHMC or water works. I have taken several issues. So that gives us some sort of confidence to speak. Since we are involving in a particular thing, definitely our confidence level will come out and we could be able to speak. That is, I'm just relating to how sir said I can speak with anybody, because sir is involved in different kinds of subjects. When you know the subject, you will be free to speak. So thus this thing should be inculcated by all.
Yeah, asking questions is a great spirit which everybody should have, because animals can listen, objects can listen, the trees and plants, you can talk to trees and plants. What is the difference between a tree, plant and an animal and a human being? You can capitalize, you can understand, you can also ask questions. I want extra knowledge in this. If Arunima had no question, I would not have called this meeting. So, what we expect in our group is not lectures, questions. It's not me alone. You could call somebody else and then say, this is what I want to learn from you. Somebody can say, assume that I say some subject. Definitely there has to be an interaction between that person and you on that topic. If you have something to discuss with that person, definitely I am sure you will get into contact. So what I used to do is, when a speaker comes and speaks, if the title is given, I will keep preparation starting from that time. I will finish my preparation before the speaker comes and speaks. So I know what he is going to talk on the topics. Then I am able to communicate with him so naturally because I am into his field. So they think that I already know that subject. Then your communication becomes easier. So otherwise, keep writing. Take a paper and pen, start writing The other day we had lecture by on the topic, on learning difficulty. Immediately I started writing. When I look at some person, today I am going to post my discussion with someone who got a NASA lead award. I got that person, immediately I communicated, said, why can't we have a dialogue? So I called them on a dialogue. Earlier also I used to, but I never used to record. But yesterday I had a dialogue that recorded. Today I am going to post on my YouTube. So identify people with whom you can communicate so that your knowledge will improve. You should have questions. Your asking questions should be so casual. When you keep asking questions, definitely your knowledge will improve. To ask questions, you will prepare. That also improves your knowledge. Whenever there is a guest speaker in your place, don't leave that person. They will leave telephone number, email address, their name is available. Immediately what you should do is go and talk to them. Don't think that he is a very high person, I will not be able to talk to him. Nothing like that. Have that courage.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The maximum what will happen, they will ignore you. Okay, let them ignore. For last 2 days, the book which is civil service, which is available, I must have sent to 10,000 people. I am sure none of you will do that in your life. That small video, continuously I am sending. For what? I am sure if I don't send this, Mariam will not be there today with me. She knows that I am doing, but that doesn't connect her to me today because I sent. And she also said, no, I am going to send to some people, we will have discussion. Then immediately I said, if that dialogue doesn't come, I am not going to tell we have a satsang going like this. If there is a dialogue happens, I will tell the next step. If there is no dialogue and you say, somebody will say hi, somebody will say okay, somebody will say good. I know somebody will say some symbol. They are the most laziest fellows. You can't even write one sentence when somebody sends you. That's why I don't allow anybody to put a forward. I will say, you make your comment and write it in the group. If you are attending, you attend. If you don't attend, skip, don't worry. But don't write, I am not going to attend because of this reason, this reason, this reason. We know everybody has got priority. We don't look for how many people are there. It's not, I am not looking whether there are 8 people or no people. That doesn't matter to me. I want one person who has asked a question. Actually, Arunima and me, I said we can have a dialogue. I never wanted anybody else. But then I told Arunima, already we discussed this and then decided this date 2 days back. I don't want to post it in the group because Arunima had a question. I have to answer Arunima only. But then Arunima wanted to know. Today also she said it is today. I said if you want, you post it there. That's it. That's how we work. I think that should be our mode. We are not looking for more people. We are looking for one who will listen carefully. But then how do I know whether there is one who is somewhere else in the world who is expecting this? Making good soap is not good enough. Somebody will have to show that there is a soap like this. That's how it is marketing. So I expect my students, should do this. Or that is, you should become torch bearers. You must send it to thousands of people. I will tell you, one day if I just post and then put it into 100 people, you will see that day my YouTube will have 300 clicks. Next day if I don't do it, there will be only 30. I am just checking whether there is anybody from my group who is telling that somebody else, and they come and contact, yeah, this person told me. The Falgun introduced somebody, then I will know them. Now here, Arunima is not known to me at all. Vishnu introduced Arunima to me. Correct, no, Arunima?
Yes, sir.
Yes. That is because Vishnu gave a talk. That means when Vishnu gives a talk, he will invite his friends. But when Dr. TPS talk, he will not invite anybody else. Understood? That should not happen. There is a discussion like this. You must keep talking to people, not for you, not for me. For me, whether there is more people or less people, whether there are, that's all gone, because I am doing this for last 20 years. That is not going to make me popular, unpopular, and all that. It doesn't care for me. That's all unimportant. What is important is, there may be somebody who is waiting for a chance. The other day, somebody from Vijayawada, some lady called me and said, Eenadu paper, I got this, and then I searched in YouTube, I got your telephone number, and I am calling. I asked, what is your husband doing? Street vendor. I asked, what is your family? She speaks beautiful English. I asked, what are you doing? I discontinued after 12th, but that English was fantastic, I'll tell you. Then I asked, what are your children doing? One is doing diploma. I don't know, sir, whether he should do diploma or engineering. 12th passed now. I said, diploma is best for you, because engineering, they get into a different group. Diploma is very concentrated, very strict. In case if he don't get any job, he will be able to start something. After BTech, nobody can start anything. After diploma, definitely they will start doing some work. Skill development happens in diploma. But then I said, any help you want, you contact me. Sir, no problem, sir. We have sufficient money to live. Then I asked the son's name. Immediately, she said, sir, he liked your video and then made comments also. I was looking, he has seen many of my videos and gave comments also. Then I clicked that, when you get the name there, you click there. He has got his own video channel. Beautifully edited videos he created. I subscribed that. He is from a small village. The video is in Telugu. But imagine the passion which he has. So that's a passion. With lot of blessings, with the people don't do many things. But without blessing, people do. And then immediately she had sent some of my link to me again back. Then I asked, why did you post this? Oh, sorry, I was posting to my cousins and my all contacts, it came to you. So that means she is spreading this, talking about me, the picture of my Eenadu, whatever the article came, she was posting back to me. So I asked, why did you post me? So she said, I was sending to all my contacts, it came to you also, sir. So imagine. See, I am sure she don't even have money to pay for her internet connection sometime. I know Mariam knows how do I help people, right, Mariam? So this is what I do in my life. I am not for money, I am not for fame, I am not for knowledge. I am only to spread what we have. That will come only when you have seen many people with very difficult situations in your life. I have also undergone such situations in my life. I have also undergone situations in my life where I didn't have money to pay for my ticket. I walked 20 kilometers in my life. Can you imagine? You are in a place where you don't have money, you are feeling so hungry, you ate in a hotel, but that time you don't even know that you need money to travel back to your hometown. I didn't have money. Then I walked 20 kilometers. So I'm sure if you are such experienced such things, you will also. That's why if I have to travel sometime, I came back from US, I came to a bank here. Immediately I called an auto fellow, I want to go to Malkajgiri, the next place where I am staying. The auto fellow said no, he was driving somewhere else. I decided, why should I depend on this fellow? I walked. Today walking 8 kilometers or 10 kilometers or 13 kilometers, wherever I have to go and I have sufficient time, I keep walking, listening, talking somebody else. Why should I reach fast at home and sit in a chair? That's not my intention. So I am a person who is ready to work, ready to learn, ready to give whatever I have to anybody else who deserve it. So we don't know who deserves it. So we will have to go around. That's what I do. So you all should have questions. That's most important. Without a question, you are not a student. Yeah. Bhima, you are there, alive?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, today is your brother's movie, some 26th, no, evening.
మా నంబర్ DM లేదు బాబు.
Yeah.
He told me.
Good enough?
Sir, I have a personal administrative sort of question which I am facing from past 2.5 years.
Yeah.
As you know, I am working in a judicial department.
Yeah.
Our service regulation says that all the junior students who are selected for the service should be given not less than 3 months of training.
Yeah.
It is written in the ministerial service regulations itself.
Yeah.
But we have not been given training.
Yeah.
So when training is not given, how do you expect the employees to perform well? Because nobody of the junior students are from judicial angle. I mean, none of them have completed a LLB. But they have to work closely with the judges. They have to work on the judicial matters.
Yeah.
So this is pinning me from past 2.5 years. So I just wanted to change this. So what should I? What step should I take? Was very this thing, sir.
See,
If I write a letter to the CA,
my experience from government, I will tell you, Department of Space never had a training center. Whereas Atomic Energy is the original institution from where Department of Space came. All the traditional old scientists of ISRO were all from Atomic Energy Department. So Atomic Energy had a beautiful training center where ISRO never had. I was talking about the HRD project which I did. We suggested ISRO also should have. That has become IAST later, Indian Institute of Space Technology. So the first paper on this was made by me. Space Department believes you don't have to train everybody because it's a huge system. So legal system is such a huge system, you cannot train everybody in every aspect. So when you appoint somebody, they may be working only in revenue, there may be only policing, there may be only in child welfare. So what is exactly required there, their boss is supposed to teach them. That's what they believe, like ISRO system. What is exactly required there? You interact with them, you learn, you ask questions, learn from them, because you have to survive in this department. You will have to learn. So definitely training is happening, but not formal. Informal training happens. Probably informal training is much better than formal training. In formal training, what will happen? A senior officer who is busy will never go for training classes. They will never go for teaching also. So in Space Department also, training is considered as something, a useless fellow is there, put him in training department. Not very good scientist. Though it was, my passion was teaching, so I took up training and organizational development as part of my job. Otherwise, generally people don't opt. They think that, that will not add value to him, service. So most of the government department, this is what happens. Nobody gets training in getting into politics. But once in politics, from the leaders' interaction, looking at the problems, for that you do referring things and then learning, that is much better. That is why sometimes the lawyer is not that able, but his junior who is a writer there is more knowledgeable. He knows survey number, he knows everything. The writers are much better. We call them as writers. The writers are more knowledgeable than sometimes the legal experts in the registrar's office. The registrar may not be knowledgeable, but the writers are. Sometimes clerks are. So I am sure your ability to manage things is looking at the people who knows things around you. and they will start picking up. Such people only will become. There may be 10 clerks, you don't ask everybody. You know this person knows everything, go there. So a person, I am sure wherever Ajay is working, definitely will people come to you because you are a learner basically. So there are some people who are learners, people will go to them. Though I had a lot of senior people, junior people, many people who join in department, all of them used to come to me. I used to sit in library, teach them everything about it. Starting from department history, starting from different subjects, I used to teach them. Every subject, not my department, some other work happening in different departments also I teach them. Because teaching was my passion. So juniors, most of the juniors got trained under me. So I am sure every department will have 1 or 2 people like this who have passion. So that training happens, but not formally, informally it happens.
For me, it's okay.
That is good enough. I think that is good enough in government because huge systems you cannot train. That's what happens in most of the departments. Except where there is a discipline like policing, they give 3 months or 3 months, 4 months training. But that is not learning. When they get into work, they learn much more, right? That's how it is.
First thing is my network. Why they have this training aspect and why are they not implementing this? For me, it's okay. I learn, but
no, the training and development, 2 things happens in department. One is training. Training is on specific skill. Development is they should know managerial level, different things happening so that they can become seniors. That's why it is called training and development. Training and development department, R&D and development department, R&D and training. These are all part of every government system in paper. But may not happen. That's okay. You need not, I think it need not worry about it. That's true with every department. When I go to Prime Minister's office, we don't have a regular training and all that. We work with somebody will call me for some meeting. From there, I will know what is happening in the meeting. Next time when he cannot attend, he will say, you go and attend. You cannot say, I never got a training. You were there with them and it is your passion to learn. I am sure if you are a good learner, you will not complain about learning because you already learned. That's why you are complaining. Correct. That means you learned it. Those other people, even if they get training, they will not learn anything. They will just waste time.
There will be delay to the end service clients. There will be delay in justice for the needy people.
See,
because if we don't know the knowledge, it affects the clients, it affects the litigant.
I will tell you, any government department, if you look at it, not more than 20% people work. And the delay is not because the 80% is not working. The delay is because of many clearance from different places, and this 20% only will work. Even if you give training, the 80% is not working, not because they are not trained. They are not having that attitude. They don't look at people mind is not there. There is a professional mind, a people mind. Everybody should have people mind, not professional mind. That makes a lot of difference. So I think it's not a in a large system. I am not saying that it not until the government is very strict and the punishment schemes are very stringent. These will continue even if training is given. So more than training, what is required is a strict disciplined system. Then training will become, everybody will run for training by themselves.
And regarding the position, sir, even we have IAS officers, but they are not given any posting. So this is affecting governance. So why is government not doing this?
Actually, if you look at Telangana government, Andhra Pradesh government, IAS itself, there may be 200 vacancies. They are given multiple roles because more than 5,000 vacancies are there in civil service. People are not appointed because qualified people were not available. So what happens is somebody is given charge of 3 departments. Unless there is a priority, somebody pushes, the lower level clerk has to push things. Then only it will happen. I remember one of my colleagues who wanted to get a pension. The paper was in central government for 8 years. When I was in government, I have posted one of my boy. Boy means was my subordinate who was in a police. So I told him, go around this paper 1 month, 30 days he must have gone to desk to desk, desk to desk, table to table, table to table, got everything approval to get it cleared. Because it's huge. You can imagine 8 years back one paper comes to your office. It doesn't happen. That is where Modi, Lalu Prasad Yadav, many people have done some time in their department, their ministry, they have taken a different step to push things faster. Sometimes it works if the government is very good. Modi in Gujarat was successful because of that. He used to say no clearance across the departments. IAS must be able to call the IAS fellow and then get cleared. You're right, I spoke to him, and then if there is no great hurdles. Kerala Chief Minister, we had a woman chandi. He used to have big mela. 10,000 people will go and meet him one day. He will just clear paper then and there. But sometimes it gets into allegation, false, papers getting submitted sometime. There are good and bad things. But whereas now the government, wherever the flood victims, after that, maybe 1 year also, nothing is, house have not given. See, there was a great joke saying that somebody did not get a allowance for constructing house. Why? Because he didn't produce address. Where your house itself is not there, where is your address? The Chief Minister was asking, see, he doesn't have house, he never settled anywhere, how can he produce a ration card? Everything is gone in flood. Where is the ration card?
It is going reverse in Hyderabad. Recently, the flood scheme and government is distributing 10,000 to each and every person, irrespective of those who are affected or not. I got a call from my uncle saying they are distributing 10,000
No,
to all the...
This happens. I also got 2 voters card because one day there was a queue. I went there, stood picture. That picture was not good. Next time there was a chance. I also went and took. That was also there. So 2 voters card you have. But I never voted. That's a different matter. What I am saying is, our system is not well connected. Probably not well documented. So it's a system problem. Let us not discuss about systems and faults because that will be huge. It's waste of time. We are not able to add any value to that. So generally I don't talk about anything against government. I only wanted to learn and teach, nothing else.
Because of internet and all this connectivity, we can able to the notice of the concern.
Yeah.
That is
I think
today.
you should keep writing and then keep alarming to them, saying that this is required, this is required, this is required. Let them do or not is their job.
I don't know, 10 to 20 years ago, maybe one can connect to Prime Minister, but now
Everybody can connect. That's true.
We can write letters, we can address grievances. So that thing is there. Now, what I feel is, even we need not be an IAS officer to make a change.
Yeah. Anybody can.
As a can bring some changes.
Yeah.
So that I felt when I started doing things. So as you said, nobody needs involvement. We automatically involved in things which are interested.
Okay,
So,
Myral, let me ask you, Ajay. There is one lawyer from Bombay,
okay.
and he changed the basic fundamental rights with a case. On his name there is a stamp which is produced by Government of India. Who is that?
No, sir, I don't have any idea because not following this.
No, that we used to take his name as a casual remark when mentioning. Advocate says I am a good advocate. Immediately we'll ask, you are not, that name is given, you are not that person, no, because he is supposed to be the best person who can change anything in the world. So it says a person can change. We take it as an example. Mariam, do you know who is that?
No, sir.
That is there and I am not telling that because that's there in one of my video.
Sir, call me Rija, sir. Rija, call me Rija.
Yeah, Rija, tell me, Rija. See, what you should do is you should look at
No, yeah.
one of my discussions on constitution. There was a discussion in which
Okay.
his name I am mentioning.
that Ananth.
Okay.
Ananthus. Yeah.
I will reference this.
Referent, write
You
there.
don't
Yeah,
say
I
now,
got this
we will
name.
reference it.
Yeah, I got this name. You write it
Yeah.
down.
Sure, we'll let you.
I think we should ask this question and then make people to refer to other video. That's the best thing to continue.
Yes.
Yeah. That's really good, sir.
And you can also put some questions.
Sir, I
For
want
this
to-
question, you will get answer in this video. Don't give the answer. Let people search and put it in the
Sir, I
post.
want to say something about the flood situation. When in Kerala we faced the flood situation and all, and many government people gave their salaries and everything. I put an initiative, not myself, our alumni, 9th and 10th alumni, put an initiative and we started collecting funds, and with those little funds, we really helped 3 houses in Wayanad and all. It was just an alumni organization.
I think that is how.
What a normal person can do. That is what we showed outside.
That's
What
true.
a normal person can do.
So I think
But
we do what
I
best we
called
can do
the-
instead of telling what government did not do. That's the best thing, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. But I put the same question in my alumni of law college. They were very reluctant because they were thinking about tax and things like that. The other group was not very highly educated, degree, normal things, but the alumni of my law college is not coming forward because they are frightened of tax issues. But now they have agreed, and inshallah, I think by mid of 2021 we will start. My law college group will start an alumni for charity. So this is what normal people also can involve in other works. Rather than let the government do, let the normal people also do.
That's it. Okay. Good enough. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Deepika.
Thank you. God bless you.